Thanks for joining us. The time now is 7 a.m. I'm Ellie Pomerleau. You're watching 15 News Plus, streaming live on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, and our free WMTV 15 News app.
Connected to you on all devices and wherever you stream. This is WMTV 15 News Plus.
All right, we want to give you 5 Wisconsin headlines of the day in 50 seconds. One person has died and another person is hurt after a shooting at Aurora Sinai Medical Center in Milwaukee early Monday morning. 40-year-old Christopher Robinson was being treated for life-threatening injuries from the shooting before dying Monday afternoon. The Beloit Police Department is investigating what caused this semi to overturn milk. It happened near the intersection of 4th Street and Portland Avenue around 8:45 yesterday morning. No one was hurt in the crash. Green Bay Metro Fire is now investigating what caused the fire yesterday at Lambeau Field. Just before 2:20 yesterday afternoon, a fire broke out in one of the locker rooms not used by the Packers or opponents. Staff were evacuated, but no one was hurt. One of Madison's most popular streets could be getting a redesign, and you are invited to learn more about the City of Madison's latest plan for the redesigned street at the city's Transportation Commission later today. All right, we now know when the Wisconsin Badgers will host the 2026 homecoming game. The team will be taking on the Michigan State Spartans on October 3rd. You can buy tickets on our website, WMTV15news.com. That is your first 5 in 50 seconds. For a deeper dive into any of these stories, just download our free WMTV 15 News app, or of course, head to our website, WMTV15news.com. Hey, thanks for joining us. I'm Ellie, of course, joined by Charlie Shortino here. And Charlie, feeling a lot more like spring.
Very spring-like forecast coming up at least through the weekend and into the first part of next week. By the middle of next week, it's back downhill. But we have a run of about 6 days in a row with well above average temperatures, and we're going to be up in the 50s for highs by the time all is said and done today. So it does look very nice across southern Wisconsin, and we will look for temperatures to remain way above average through at least Tuesday. All right, we do have an alert day to let you know about. That is for Friday, and we have the threat of strong to severe thunderstorms afternoon into evening with damaging wind and large hail possible with those thunderstorms. We currently have 23 degrees in Madison with light wind. Temperatures are in the 20s across all of southern Wisconsin, so still feels kind of cool out there, but we'll get a good rapid rise in the temperatures through the day. A few showers early tomorrow. These are the thunderstorms. This is Friday morning, 7 a.m. You can see those thunderstorms west due to that area of low pressure. Those will be shifting eastward and strengthening, and that's why we have gone with the alert day Friday due to the threat of severe thunderstorms. 62 the high, pretty mild day. 51 Saturday, 61 Sunday, all the way up to 71 on Monday. We're back into some chances of rain Tuesday with a high of 67. Ellie?
Thanks, Charlie. Taking a look out at those road conditions here at the Beltline at Gammon Road. Traffic moving along smoothly. Nothing to report here at the moment. All right, well, today is our diaper drive match day, all to support the Village Diaper Bank and families right here in our area who are dealing with that diaper need. Our Tim Elliott joins us now live from the Village Diaper Bank with more on how you can continue to help us out today. Good morning, Tim.
Hey, good morning, Ellie. Yeah, I'm coming to you high atop these stairs here next to this mountain of Huggies right behind me. Look at all these diapers, hundreds of thousands of diapers here behind me at the Village Diaper Bank. This warehouse is full. I want to bring in Jim Yaley, the president and CEO of Findorff. He's going to give me a little push here through the warehouse because we want to give you a little tour of the space we're working with here. We have a lot of space here at the Village Diaper Bank to fill up with your diaper donations. So if you've donated at a physical space in one of those drop-off bins the past week, thank you for that. But today we're looking for your monetary donations. Your donation will be doubled up to $75,000. How about that for a little ride on a Wednesday? Oh, Jim, look at that. Thank you. Safety first. There we go. Beautiful. Thank you, Jim. I want to bring in Megan Sollenberger. She's the founder of the Village Diaper Bank on this match day. I have the number, $14,000 we've raised so far on match day. Megan, how's that number hit you?
It's incredible. I mean, my barometer for success is 10,000 by 7 a.m., so we are crushing it.
This day, going to be very busy. What do you expect to see the rest of the day here for volunteers and donations that are going to be pouring in?
Yeah, absolutely. My favorite part is the volunteers. We have volunteers all day long, all the way until 8 o'clock at night tonight, which is just great. It keeps the energy up. From a dollars perspective, I'm hoping we hit that match by the 5 o'clock newscast.
That's the goal here, and all these diapers here are going to be sorted and then sent out. Explain to the viewers what happens to those diapers once they leave here at the Village Diaper Bank.
Yeah, absolutely. So once they're sent out into the community, they go to our partner organizations, which are all across South Central Wisconsin, not just Dane County. And then from there, those individuals are able to access diapers at a point that's convenient for them or a place that they're already receiving services.
How excited are you for this day, Donation Day? We both said it's like one of our favorite days of the year, right?
Yeah, this is my Super Bowl. That's what I like to say. This is my Super Bowl, and it's so exciting. I think the energy is just electric. It's amazing to see 1,300 individual donors all come together to support this really important, amazing cause. And it just feels good to know that we have so many people part of our village.
I agree. All right, Megan, thank you for being here this morning. As I said, $14,000 raised so far. We are well on our way to our $75,000 goal. Here's how you can help. Log on WMTV15news.com/diapers. Tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your family to log on and donate, because again, your donation will be doubled up to $75,000. I know we can do it, and hopefully we can get it done here on this match day. Reporting live from the Village Diaper Bank, I'm Tim Elliott for 15 News. Ellie, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
Tim, thank you so much for giving us that incredible view of all of the diapers there. Again, to donate, you can just scan this QR code right with your phone. It's on our screen right now to access that Diaper Drive donation page, or you can find a link on our website, WMTV15news.com. Thank you so much to our generous sponsors for doubling the donations today. Well, Wisconsin lawmakers are introducing a bill to lower food and beverage costs at sporting events and concerts. Stop the Stadium Squeeze would prevent publicly supported stadiums from selling food or beverages exceeding the seller's cost plus a markup of more than 20%. Now, the bill defines a stadium as a multi-purpose facility that's designed and principally used for sporting or entertainment events, has a capacity of over 3,000 people, and the owner does not receive financial assistance from the state or local government units. The deadline for co-sponsorship on this bill is March 12th. Well, good news for all of you planning for retirement. The average 401k balance rose by 11% in 2025. That's according to Fidelity Investments. This is the third straight year that the average corporate workplace account went up by more than 10%. Analysts say strong showing comes from consistent saving habits by participants as well as overall market performance. Lawmakers are hoping Wisconsin will join 20 other states in banning cell phones in the classroom from the beginning of the day right until the end. A policy already set to take effect next school year prohibits phone use during instructional time, but allows students to use devices during free periods like lunch. Now, a new Republican proposal would ban phones from bell to bell. That would mean students couldn't use their phones at any point during the day.
But if you physically take them away, those schools do better. There was one study that showed a 6.5% increase academically when they went to a bell-to-bell ban.
One of the bill's co-authors says this is something that we owe to our teachers, to have a learning environment without distractions. If the proposal is passed, schools would be required to adopt a full bell-to-bell ban by July 1st of next year. Social media giants Meta and YouTube are currently on trial in Los Angeles over claims that they deliberately have children get addicted to their platforms. Here in Wisconsin, college students are diving into the effects that these apps have on state's youth. At UW-Oshkosh, the next generation of digital marketers are learning how these programs are built to keep people coming back. One of the professors said social media platforms were built around an advertising model with pressure to grow, pushing companies to target younger audiences. The Wisconsin Youth Risk Behavior Survey from 2023 found that nearly 79% of students reported using screens for 3 or more hours every day. Now, students who grew up in the digital world say the lesson here is to set boundaries for your children.
Especially for the future generation, like, get kids outside, suck them away from the phone a little bit, and I think that just monitoring how much time they're actually spending on electronics in the future is going to be really important.
Yeah, students at UW-Oshkosh said as they continue to study these effects, they plan to monitor their own children's screen time closely in the future. Marquette University has launched a new engineering course teaching students the science of brewing, and it also gives them a chance to craft and market their own beer. The course begins studying the science of microbes in water and then incorporates Milwaukee brewing history before then challenging students to market their own beer. It's part of a partnership with the Broken Bat Brewers and Gathering Place Brewery, both in Milwaukee. Students will have their recipes brewed by those bars, and at the end of the semester, there's a tasting party. Students say the experience has been meaningful.
Actually adoring the fact that, like, hey, I can actually make this and this is something I can call my own.
Yeah, faculty members hope the course could lead to expanded beer education at Marquette in the future. Well, Wisconsin native and American Idol contestant Genevieve Hayward has advanced to the top 30 after her featured performance on Monday night. Her song choice was Brandi Carli's The Story. To cheer her on, you can see her perform each Monday at 7. All right, let's take a final look out at the roads here. Taking a look at the Beltline at Fish Hatchery Road. Traffic picking up this morning, but still moving along smoothly, so you should have a good morning commute. Thanks so much for joining us here on 15 News Plus. We'll be back here tomorrow starting at 7.
Add WMTV 15 News to your Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, or Google TV today and never miss a moment of 15 News Plus.